the numbers all go to 11.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
LCS Hockey keeps top to left.
11. Now, to be a great pro wrestler, Larry, you need to be good in the ring. You know.
Yeah.
Technically know what you're doing. You need to have a good look so people think, oh, I'd like to watch this guy wrestle. You know, he's interesting looking. And you need to be good on the mic.
Yeah.
You know?
The mic is very important to me. And that's one of the things that I don't buy about Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is terrible on the mic. But he has the look, and he's okay in the ring. He's not great, but he's okay.
He's not great.
Cesaro, he's got the look. He's the best in the ring, but they always say his promos aren't so good. You know, he's not that good on the mic. But that's why I think probably I would always say the greatest wrestler might be Macho Man, because he could do it all.
Yeah. Macho Man's good.
Flair's always, you know, right there. He had all three. Flair was good on the mic. Well, there was a lot of stuff. Flair on the mic, yeah, he just yelled a lot.
Yeah, he did yell a lot.
I like when he would say how much his shoes cost and stuff. That was good.
Yeah, everything was very, very expensive and lavish.
But, so those guys are always put up, and CM Punk is always good because he's really good on the mic, and so that's what you need. People cut a good promo. So I'm interested, Larry, because I'm sure I've got at least 3 or 4 people that you have on this list, but the fact that you have 11, the lower on the list is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I didn't even want to tell you what the list was because I was like, I don't even want him to think about it too much and
Because I know CM Punk would be in my top 3 probably, but you don't like CM Punk, so I don't know how you're going to put him. You know.
Yeah. Or maybe
you probably don't even have him on your list. Which would be
you never know.
But
yeah.
All right. Let's go, Larry.
Well, according to Street Dreamer, he says Josh from Tough Enough might be part of the Royal Rumble too. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess no one likes him.
Is that the dude that won? He made that that Chewbacca noise.
Yep. And apparently no one likes him.
He wasn't bad.
But no one likes him because I guess he's not working hard enough, or he's making fun of the social outcasts or something, calling them social jobbers. So everyone's pissed at him.
Oh. Yeah, you might want to calm down, dude. You're not even on TV or anything.
Yeah.
You start ripping
so if he gets in the
Slater.
Royal Rumble, some people might actually be punching him. So that'll be something to look out for.
Yeah. Number 11 on the list, Mike Dell, is a guy who I'm kind of bored with at this point, and I made a comment about it the other day when I was watching Raw again. Chris Jericho, back in the day, I loved Chris Jericho, but I'm at the point now where when I see Jericho come out and his music plays, I'm like, Jesus Christ, here comes fucking John Bon Jovi.
Yep, yeah, exactly. He was the official wrestler of LCS Hockey back in the day. Loved Chris Jericho, but now he's just he wears scarves, and he's got that dopey haircut, and it looks like his face is just full of Botox. It's all kind of Botox.
Yeah,
he's
shit. Puffy for sure.
And
mid to late 90s and early 2000s, Chris Jericho was the bomb, Mike Dell.
Long-haired Jericho, where he had the ponytail at the top of his head. That's where you.
Yeah, that Sprout. That Sprout. Yeah, that was quintessential Jericho. That was him at his best.
The other day when I read that AJ Styles was named, I guess the Wrestling Observer is the one, that newsletter. They announced the Wrestler of the Year and all these other awards. So AJ Styles won for this year. So I started looking back through past winners, and I guess Jericho won 2 years in a row, but it was 2008, 2009, and I wasn't watching wrestling then. But I guess he was apparently really good then. I don't know.
Or maybe he was just one of those. Hey, we gave Paul Newman an Oscar at the end. Let's give Jericho something. Let's just
2 years in a row. Impressive. But yeah, when Jericho in the WCW days, when he was even before he came to WWE, he was so good back then.
Yeah. And now the audio quality on this one's kind of bad, but this is when you think of all the Jericho promos, the one where he's doing his 1004 moves is the one that I think of first. That was the best one.
He was feuding with Dean Malenko, the man of 1,000 holds.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So I got an audio clip All right, here we go. Chris Jericho, number 11.
Since I took care of Mr. Jannetty so quickly, I came prepared. Excuse me. Malenko, you claim to be the man of 1,000 holds, but I counted, and you know about 60, but I know 1,004, and I wrote them all down. Here we go. Hold 1, arm drag. Hold 2, arm bar. Hold 3, the moss-covered, 3-handled family gradunzel.
Why doesn't he just mail us this list and we'll announce
it? Bar.
He's just ranting.
Number 5, the Saskatchewan spinning nerve hold.
This must be meathead microphone night. You think so?
He's got
998 to go.
9,
Get the hook. We're out of here. Shut up.
Get a haircut. Number 10, right-handed.
There you go.
Was that Larry Zbyszko at the end there to get a haircut?
Maybe. Yeah, he was. I think he was announcing back then.
Mm-hmm.
But the best part about that too is they go to commercial break. A full 4-minute commercial break, and when they come back, he's still in the ring. He's on like number 78 or something like that. And it's arm bar, and it's figure 4 leg lock, and it's arm bar, and it's fucking hilarious. And he's all out of breath while he's doing it. I don't know. Jericho back in the day, welcome to, Monday, what did he call it? Monday Jericho or whatever, instead of Monday Night
Monday Night Jericho, and then Raw is Jericho.
Yeah, Raw is Jericho, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Yes, and the Cruiserweight division was, it was decent back then.
It had Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, him.
Yeah.
And remember he had his own security team with that guy who looked like Goldberg, but Rufus or Ralphus, right? Was that his name, Ralphus?
Yeah, that does sound familiar. Now that you say that,
like the bald guy with the big belly and.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Huh. It's weird how you forget like weird shit like that. All right, number 10, Mike Dell. I know here's a guy you love. Here's a guy everybody loves. At least I did back in the day. Number 10, Mike Dell. Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was always. He
might be
good.
my favorite wrestler of all time. In fact, when I said Macho Man, Angle's my personal favorite. I think he's the.
What about all the DUIs?
Well, yeah. What are you going to do?
All right, fair enough.
There's some talk that maybe he could come back to WWE next year as just like a one-shot deal or something. We'll see. But
yeah. But Angle was always funny. I mean, he could play badass. I'm gonna, beat the hell out of you kind of guy. But he was also very funny and shit. And that was, he wasn't afraid to make himself look like a doofus to, entertain the people and whatnot. And so I'll set this clip up a little bit. He's initially talking to Matt Hardy and Lita, and then Hurricane Helms walks in.
Yeah, all right.
All right, here we go.
Matt, you were there with me Thursday, okay? You know the feeling. It's a feeling I can't describe, which is why I'm going to go through this tonight, and why I'm going to kill Stone Cold Steve Austin this Sunday. And speaking of Austin, how about these speeches he's given to the Alliance? I mean, talking to this Hurricane Helms kid, pumping him up because he wears a Green Lantern tattoo on his shoulder. Right. What a lame superhero. The Green Lantern. I mean, Superman, Batman, Flash, Aquaman, a guy who talks about fish for a living was a better superhero than that.
Anybody.
Give me a break.
I'm with you on that. Excuse me. There's a hurricane coming through. Excuse me. Talking about the Green Lantern? That's untrue. That's damn untrue. What you drinking there, Kurt? Like some milk?
You spilled my milk.
Huh? What you gonna do about it?
He spilled my milk. Nobody spills my milk. And by the way, Green Lantern, comic book superhero, is no match for an Olympic hero. Oh, it's true.
Kurt Angle. He had the 3 I's. Intensity, intelligence, and integrity, right?
Yeah.
3 I's. And, of course, my favorite line ever when he'd be talking to somebody, he'd be saying, What have you ever won? Where are your gold medals?
And where are your gold medals?
The best.
Angle was great. Yeah, he really was. And you know what else I loved too was the whole "You Suck" with his theme music when the crowd would chant "You Suck." That was a good time. I think he liked it too.
He had a good run with. Now I wasn't even watching wrestling when he and Brock Lesnar were going at it, but they had a lot of good, not only good matches, but a lot of good promos and stuff back and forth they were doing. And but I always remember when he and Stone Cold were trying to like kiss up to Vince backstage.
Oh God, yeah.
So good. Kurt was wearing that little cowboy hat.
Yeah. Yep. Fucking Stone Cold singing "Kumbaya" to Vince, and Kurt gets all jealous.
And then there was the time when Undertaker, he's cutting a promo on Undertaker, and he goes, "Undertaker, if that is your real name." Yeah, Kurt Angle's
pretty good.
Yeah,
I love Kurt Angle. All right, number 9 on the list here, Mike Dell. One of my personal favorites, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Wow.
Yeah. This clip's long. It's like 2.5 minutes almost. So.
Oh yeah.
Just relax.
I'm Vince McMahon, damn it, let's hear it! Somebody call my mama. I am the boss. I've got a big surprise for you, for Mr. McDaddy. Ruthless aggression. I'm gonna stop being so damn nice. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're gonna burn in hell. You mess with me, I'll make hell look like Sunday school.
I own my own competition.
Shut up! Drinking on the job? What the hell is this?
The WWF is mine.
WCW is buried. Anything about the original ECW sucks. Shut up! There is no chance in hell. Fuck it. Stand up, you make me sick. If you're an imbecile and you're from Hartford, you'll say, that's my point. I'm gonna kill it. Oh, hell no! Your record sucks.
What the hell kind of name is Dreamer?
Michael Cole, shut up! You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. Stone Cold, screw you. You're fired. It's all about the money. I'm your genetic jackhammer. You will worship me. It's me, Austin.
Mr. Sucko.
Ah!
Where's my picture?
Where's my football head? Peace out, my brothers. Daddy's coming home.
She just took a trump.
Brett screwed Brett.
You deserve to be screwed. You deserve to be screwed. I will never, ever forgive your mother for giving birth to you. Life sucks, and then you die. Shut up.
Yeah.
Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Yeah, Vince. Now, what do you think of Vince since he's come back his recent time?
I love it. He's great. He's awesome. I love when Vince is on.
Yeah, he's still pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. He's
I just wish he had
someone
better to go with than Reigns. Because Reigns can't really give it back to him. It's just.
He has no. He's terrible. No, you can't do anything. Good God. Number 8 on my list, Mike Dell, a guy that I hate, a guy that you love, but I had to put him on the list. What am I going to do? CM Punk.
Nice. You made the list.
Yeah. He's on the list, Mike Dell. Yeah,
Is
CM
this the
Punk.
pipe bomb?
This is the pipe bomb, yeah. This is the pipe bomb speech. It's another long one. It's like another 2 minutes, 20 seconds, but, I'm trying to fill up shows, so shut up. All right, here we go.
All right.
CM Punk. Oh, yeah. Before we play this, I just want to say, for people who might not watch wrestling, Mike Dell, that, initially he's talking to John Cena in this clip, And when he refers to Dwayne, he's talking about The Rock. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't hate you, John. I don't even dislike you. I do like you. I like you a hell of a lot more than I like most people in the back. I hate this idea that you're the best. Because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. There's one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass. You're as good as kissing Vince's ass as Hulk Hogan was. I don't know if you're as good as Dwayne, though. He's a pretty good ass kisser. Always was and still is. Oops, I'm breaking the fourth wall. I am the best. I'm not on your lovely little collector cups. I'm not on the cover of the program. I'm barely promoted. I don't get to be in movies. I'm certainly not on any crappy show on the USA Network. I'm not on the poster of WrestleMania. I'm not in the signature that's produced at the start of the show. I'm not on Conan O'Brien. I'm not on Jimmy Fallon. But the fact of the matter is I should be. And trust me, this isn't sour grapes. But the fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania next year and I'm not makes me sick. Oh, and hey, let me get something straight. Those of you who are cheering me right now, you are just the biggest part of me leaving as anything else. Because you're the ones that are sipping out of those collector cups right now. You're the ones that buy those programs that my face isn't on the cover of. And then at 5 in the morning at the airport, you try to shove it in my face so you can get an autograph and try to sell it on eBay because you're too lazy to go get a real job.
Yeah,
there you go, Mike Dell. The famous pipe bomb promo. Probably one of the 5 best promos ever, I would say.
Because at the time, keep in mind, CM Punk was always an indie star, and he was always told he would never make it in WWE because he wasn't big enough, he didn't have the right look and all that. But he became popular, and then his contract was about to expire, so people weren't sure if he was going to re-sign or not. And so he walks out and he sits down on the stage and he's just holding the mic and he starts cutting this promo and he's looking at the camera, talking to the camera, and he's saying stuff that people don't usually talk about, like Dwayne and talking about Vince and stuff. So it just caused quite the sensation at the time. And then he ended up winning the belt, and he crossed over into mainstream popularity because of that promo, and he became hugely popular. He wins the belt, and then the WWE, in typical WWE fashion, they take the belt, they have him drop the belt to Alberto Del Rio, and they waste him in a feud with Triple H and Kevin Nash, just so Triple H can stay the top guy or whatever. And it was just awful. They ruined it. They ruined it. But
I'll be honest with you. I think the CM Punk pipe bomb was about the time I started looking back into WWE again.
Yeah,
because I remember hearing about this interview and stuff, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. And then so I started who's this guy? And I think that's when I started getting back into WWE again.
Same with me. Our buddy Lance told us, hey, check out CM Punk and watch this promo. And I was like, all right, I'll give it a whirl. And I liked the guy. And now he then became champion again and held the belt for over a year. But it was never quite the same level of craziness that was going on at that point. And it could have been so great, but WWE didn't want him to be the guy. Like that speech he gave was really true. They didn't want him being the guy.
Saying hi to Colt Cabana and calling.
Yeah, that's right. And I was talking about the ice cream bars. That was great. But and then that's why he eventually left WWE, because he never main evented WrestleMania, even though he was their champion for over a year and he was the top guy, most popular wrestler. Even when he was the champion for over a year, he only headlined 2 pay-per-views. It was always John Cena. John Cena was always headlining every pay-per-view main event, and it wasn't Punk, just because they didn't want him. They wanted Cena to be the face, and they just they shot themselves in the foot. It's pretty terrible. But yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do though?
But because that happened with CM Punk, and because he left the company and left them, kind of screwed, they finally relented and put the belt on Daniel Bryan and embraced Daniel Bryan, and then that was hugely popular. So without Punk, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but then Bryan can't stay healthy. He's like the Bo Bennett of wrestling.
So then Vince can say, I was right all along. See, you can't put it on these little guys. They can't carry it. But,
yeah. Well, Cena's hurt too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Number 7, Mike Dell, another guy who, once again, when I was a kid, not a fan, but now have come to respect as I've gotten older, and this is probably one of the most, this would be in the top 5 most famous promos of all time. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, Mike Dell.
He's only number 7?
Yeah, he's only number 7 to me. This is me.
Hard Times?
This isn't. Yeah, this is Hard Times.
Yeah.
This is the Hard Times speech, and Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair back in the day was something special to watch because wrestling was much different back then because you never got to see. It was always here comes Hogan and here comes Iron Mike Sharp and here comes Honky Tonk Man and here comes Joe Borowski, and it's just like that's how wrestling was back then. So,
but that was
the whole Flair.
I think that's what they need now, though. They need more of that now because
like
we
Jobbins?
see the same guys. We see the same guys wrestle every week on Raw. Like how many times have we seen Orton versus Sheamus? It's like enough already. So then when the pay-per-view comes around, there's nothing special about it.
But I mean, do you want to watch Orton versus Heath Slater though?
Yeah, like NXT, every week on NXT, the first 3 matches are a star versus a scrub, and then there's the main event, and that's all I want. That's fine. It's perfect. Yeah.
Let me know when Blue Pants shows up on NXT again.
I will.
Nice. All right, here we go, Mike Dell, Dusty Rhodes, Hard Time.
I don't have to say a lot more about the way I feel about Ric Flair. No respect. No honor. There is no honor among thieves in the first place. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work and got 4 or 5 kids and can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times are when the auto workers are out of work and they tell them go home. And hard times are when a man has worked at a job 30 years. 30 years. They give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, Daddy. That's hard time. That's hard time.
That's Hard Times, Mike Dell.
Yeah, and it goes on from there. But
yeah, it's much longer, but I'd like to get a sampling.
That's usually considered the top promo of all time. Yeah, it's
it's definitely one of them, no doubt.
Yeah.
But once again, I wasn't a Dusty fan when I was a kid. I thought he was a big giant mess, and I loved Ric Flair back then. I was a huge Flair fan. I loved Flair, and so I never really respected Dusty until I got older. But he was one of the best on the mic, even though he had a lisp and you couldn't understand everything he was saying. It was still good stuff. What number am I at? Number 6 on my list, Mike Daly. Here's another guy from my childhood who I always loved and I thought was one of the best on the mic. Not necessarily a wrestler per se, but do you want to take a guess, Mike Dell? More of a manager. No, we were looking for Jim Cornette, Mike Dell.
I was going to guess Jim Cornette, but you cut me off.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he wasn't more of a manager. He was a manager. That's pretty much.
Well, he wrestled here and there. Yeah, he wrestled here and there.
Not really, but all right.
No, but I mean, he's still one of the best guys to cut promos. This isn't necessarily wrestlers per se. I mean, this is just talkers, as they say in the wrestling.
I hated him when I was a kid. I couldn't stand him.
I love Jim Cornette. I always loved the bad guys. I always did.
And he was the manager for the Midnight Express.
Yeah.
Big,
And You know, another thing I always loved about Jim Cornette is, like, he'd always talk about his mama. Like, Mama told me to do this. Like, Mama was pulling the strings behind the scenes, but you never saw Mama or anything. But
because he was just a rich, spoiled kid, and his mom gave him all the money.
He used to carry a tennis racket around, like country club kind of rich, spoiled brat who lives off Mama's money and stuff. And, like, he was just one of the best heel managers ever. No doubt.
He was a great heel and everything. But, yeah, as a kid, I hated him, which shows you how good he was, that I hated him that much,
Yeah. All right, here we go. Jim Cornette. This one's short.
Tony, go ahead and introduce me.
I don't think I need to introduce you.
Because everybody knows who I am. A lot of things going on today. Big news. Big Bubba Rogers has shocked the wrestling world. Everybody's hearing about it. And General Skandor Akbar is a happy man today because, you know, I first met him through Mother's Oil Investments, but I knew about his power in professional wrestling, and believe me, there's nobody in wrestling but him that had enough money to get Big Bubba's services. And just remember, big things from Big Bubba Rogers, but even if you can't see Bubba, Bubba can see you.
There you go.
You can't see
just
Bubba.
Bubba
can see you.
Yeah. A little taste of Jim Cornette there.
All
right, Mike Dell.
Met General Akbar through his mother's oil connections.
Yeah. Skandar Akbar. Wrestling was more, I don't know, I guess because I was a kid too, but it was fun back then. They had goofball names and, I don't know. It was just fun. Hold on, let me cough real quick.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting into the top 5 here, Mike Dell. Number 5, before he started wutting everything, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin is definitely
Austin's
one of
only 5?
Number 5, Mike Dell. Number 5.
My top 3 in some order would be Austin, Rhodes, and Punk, probably.
Nice. That's a solid list, though. Solid list.
But they don't even crack your top 4. Wow.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Stone Cold Steve Austin, number 5.
Well, the problem is I'm not talking to anybody until I throw 29 pieces of trash over the top rope and advance to WrestleMania to face the champ so you can take your camera and stick it, son. That's it. Cut. Get the hell out of here. You ought to hit the streets in that outfit.
We're going to talk about that.
Don't start stuttering to me, son, and don't you butt in, honey.
Sorry?
Because the bottom line is, you're not going to come in here and bring Stone Cold in and treat me like a jerk.
No, I
beat the hell out of both guys. Let's set the record straight.
All right, I just wanted to build your appearance throughout the show.
Yeah, you ain't got to build Stone Cold, brother.
Oh, there's a camera to tell the people how you feel.
Shut up. Hey, I think everybody knows how I feel. I've been shortchanged for 7 years, and I'm fixing to start kicking ass, just like it said at the beginning of the program.
Well,
God, my time is... Shut up. My time has come, and that's the bottom line. Letter S in front of Hitman. You've had my exact opinion of Bret Hart. You know, Bret, Stone Cold is going to kick my ass. I'm better than you, and you're going to find that out firsthand, son. I'll kick the hell out of him. I'm the best there is. Man, I ain't got to invent a bunch of dumb slogans. It's Austin's house now.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mike Dell.
But not his most famous promo. It's not there.
I know, because I play that a lot at the end of the show sometimes where he talks about Austin 3:16. So I thought I would play something different because I play that. I've played that several times on the show. But, yeah, the whole Austin 3:16 speech is probably the most famous wrestling promo to me, or at least one of the most important ones. It was the birth of one of the biggest characters ever.
Yep.
I don't know. But
he just improvised it. He said it on a whim. He wasn't even meant to cut that promo, but he did.
Yep. Yeah. All right, Mike Dell, number 4, greatest manager of all time.
Bobby the Brain.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, one of the greatest announcer of all time. He was just Bobby Heenan was just one of the best as far as wrestling goes. I mean, he's just. I don't know. I love that guy so much.
Now, he was also a wrestler, and he was actually a good wrestler back in his day.
Yeah. Yeah, he did wrestle, but, in fact, he talks about it in this promo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, look at that. Segue. All right, Bobby Heenan, number 4.
You are?
Well,
nervous, aren't you?
No, I'm not nervous. I just want to collect my thoughts and make sure everything I say is understood properly. Because it's obvious the World Wrestling Federation here doesn't listen to me, and they don't care about me. Yes, I am a gifted athlete and a wrestler, but I don't particularly care to wrestle, and they know that. The whole thing is between Andre and the Hellbilly and Stutt and Bundy. And just because some goon at 7'4" and 500 pounds and some dumb hick from Mud Lick put their two heads together with an IQ of 10, they want me in the ring. They want to get their hands on Stutt. They want to pick up that money for a slam. They want to get rid of Bundy because they're jealous of his size and massiveness. And they want to get rid of me because they're jealous of me. My whole life, everybody's been jealous of me. Everybody's been worried about me my whole life. They've done this to me. They've done this to me. Don't you call me Weasel either, pal.
No, I didn't. I said you're paranoid.
No, you called me Weasel and I heard you.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, just always, just the shadiest, wormiest, sneakiest guy. Just even when he did commentary, he was sleazy about it, but in a funny way though. He really was. Yep.
And him and Gorilla Monsoon. Hey, Monsoon.
Yeah. Holy hell, that was good times.
Oh, so we're down to the top three, right?
Yeah. Number 3, Mike.
I'm at a loss. I don't know who. I know you're going to have your buddy Dwayne number 1. You love Dwayne. He's going to be number 1, but I don't know who else. Well, hopefully Heyman's in there. Do you have Paul Heyman in the top 3?
He did not make it, Mike. Though.
Oh,
he was on the list. He was on the list. The thing was, I just, I don't know. I couldn't do it. He was close.
You couldn't put Paul Heyman on the list?
He would have been 12th. How about that?
Oh, my goodness.
He would have been 12th.
Well, Macho Man should be there, but I don't think you're going to have Macho Man there.
No. We'll see. Coming in at number
Flair.
3, Mike Dell.
Yeah, Flair is going to be there.
Number 3. My buddy Dwayne.
Oh, Dwayne's number 3. Nice. At least you had some self-respect there. All right, yeah.
All right. But, the Rock's the best. I love The Rock.
No, come on. He's good.
Him.
He was really good back in the day, but Stone Cold is better than him. So, I mean...
No. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Hartford. Kane, you think you impress The Rock when your music hits, all the lights go out, you got fire coming out of the post, fire shooting out of your ass, you got fire coming out of everywhere. And then all of a sudden, you're doing jumping jacks, you're happy because Kane can talk. The big red retard can finally speak.
Laying a smackdown on Kane.
Well, Kane, The Rock says this. He's in a giving mood tonight. You come on out here. The Rock's got a little gift for you. He'll give you this microphone right here so you can talk in front of the millions of Rock's fans. Take your little voice gimmick, stick it to your throat, and say this. My name is Kane, and I am a Rudy Poo candy ass.
Yeah, The Rock was great back then. I think I'm remembering more modern Dwayne when he, these most recent years, when he comes back and just recycles tired catchphrases. And the thing that hurt was when Cena and him went head-to-head. Cena owned him on the promos, I'd say.
Yeah, Cena was good. Cena was good.
But yeah, early Rock was tremendous. Yeah.
Cena didn't make my list either, Mike Dell, and I love John Cena.
Well, I know who should be number 1. It just dawned on me who should be number 1. But I'll
Don't
keep
say
it
nothing.
secret. We'll see. Yeah. All right.
Don't say nothing. All right, coming in at number 2, Mike Dell, back in the old NWA days, Dusty Rhodes, his nemesis, Mike Dell, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And, hold on, I lost the clip. I'm so bad with this switchboard. It just jumps. All right, here we go. Nature Boy Ric Flair. And like we were saying, Mike Dell, thing about Nature Boy, like, he was always screaming, just yelling. He was out, almost like he just did 6 lines of coke, and he's going to tell you how much he spent on everything he's wearing and what he's drinking and buying. And that was great, though, because there wasn't anybody else like that back then.
Yeah, you got to remember, this is the 80s, so.
Yeah. And you also got to keep in mind, too, that he really was doing all this stuff.
Yeah, and also most of the guys he's wrestling in that NWA era and stuff, they're like Hicks, country Hicks and stuff, and redneck people. And he's classy, you know. He's driving around in the limos and everything. Yeah,
custom-made clothes, and but they always say like he actually was doing all that stuff.
Yeah, you haven't seen that interview with Stone Cold yet on the network?
No, I have not. Is that good?
Because he tells some good stories. Like he legitimately bought a limousine from and would drive to the arena in a limousine all the time. Like he owned it. He bought it secondhand off like a mayor or something from some town.
That's funny.
But he said he got a lot of heat backstage because the guys were mad he was showing up in a limousine all the time.
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not live the character? Might as well.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Nature Boy Ric Flair. Woo!
The World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo! First of all, we'll start the day off by telling you, woo, it is Rolex time, Tony Blanchard. So don't be bringing on one of those Mickey Mouse watches and trying to impress the world. They like jet airplanes. Woo! They like long limousines. They like fine clothes. They like lovely ladies. And in Studio 54 a week ago, woo, I tore them all down. You understand? I will drive nothing but Mercedes or Rolls Royce. I will go nowhere on a commercial airliner. I will ride in nothing but limousines, and I will make love to nothing but the best-looking women in the world.
The World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Woo!
Yeah.
I loved the World Championship Wrestling or whatever they refer whatever that show was, Saturday nights, 6:05 TBS. I loved that show so much. And that was another thing. Why did TBS always go 05s back in the day? Everything was 5:05, 10:05.
I think they just
05.
did it to be different, I think.
Yeah,
but,
I could see that.
But we didn't hear his most, of course, the Space Mountain, where he always says take a ride, the best ride and longest line or whatever. He's riding Space Mountain. And then he's the jet flying, kiss stealing, limousine riding.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, there was all that. I'm going to be honest with you. When I cut these clips up, I did them in order. So I was like, by the time I got down to the end, I was like, come on, I just want to get done. Because this literally took me about 3 hours or so to find clips and cut them and edit them and blah, blah, blah. And I was getting tired by the end.
We're up to number one. Now, I just realized who my number one would be.
Wait, hold on, Mike.
I doubt it's going to be yours, though.
Is it Trish Stratus?
No, but I like Trish Stratus.
No, it's not Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
All right, I was going to play a drum roll or something, but I can't find one, so who cares?
All right.
So
now the other,
who do you think?
when I'm thinking like Larry, and who would Larry pick at number one? I'm thinking maybe Scott Hall.
He did not make the list. He was he was a contender, Mike Dell. He was a
because
contender.
he was always good with the hey yo, you know. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Here's who didn't make the list that I had written down. Scott Hall, King Lawler, Triple H, Jake the Snake. I put Hogan on the list because I loved him as a kid. Mick Foley and Paul Heyman.
Well, then Macho Man's got to be there. It's got to be Macho Man.
All right. Is that who you're going with?
It wouldn't be my number, but I have another number one pick, but I'm sure you're not going to pick this guy because I don't think you would have Andy Kaufman on your list, would you?
No, I would not have Andy Kaufman on my list.
But Andy Kaufman cuts the best promos ever. Like, it's not even an argument.
Well, he's not really a wrestler. He's less of a wrestler than Jim Cornette is.
No, well, I would disagree that. He was an actual wrestler. He wrestled. But, he was so good, though. But, all right, so I don't know. Let's hear it.
Well, who did you just think of? You said, I just thought of somebody.
Well, it was Andy Kaufman. That's who I was thinking of. I thought, I'd put Andy Kaufman number one. Yeah.
Nah.
All right.
Coming in at number one, Mike Dell. I'll just play it.
Is with Roddy Piper. Take it, Gene.
Oh. Yeah. All right, back to the locker room with Roddy Piper. You talk about a 180-degree swing. I know you're still hurting. Roddy Piper.
I'm not hurting.
How in the world, against the doctor's advice, can you go out in that ring and meet the Iron Sheik?
I do exactly what I want to do. You say I'm insane. I say thank you very much.
Adrian Adonis, do you think I'm insane? Do you think for 1 second now you running around with your dress on and your beautiful pectorals that look like you had 6 litters of puppies, you're going to come run in a ring and you're going to come run around and mess me up and think for 1 second that I'm just going to sit there and take him and not come out there and beat you to a pulp? You think for 1 second, you in all your splendid glory with your pretty little hat on and all those lovely stretch marks, you know, that look like an upstate map of New York, that you're going to sit there and say, took care of Roddy Piper. Listen, I'm a man. You think something like a knee injury is going to hurt me or stop me, huh? You think that's what I'm made of? You can break my neck. I fight for a living. When you carry a big stick, you know, Gene, you don't gotta walk so soft no more, you know. When you carry a big stick, I'll what?
I thank you very much, Roddy Piper. In my opinion, you jeopardized your career in meeting the Iron Sheik, but you did get your hand raised. Our congratulations
That's
on
why
that.
I'm Roddy Piper, and you're not.
All right, back to you, Vince.
Yeah, Piper. That's a good choice. Piper should be up there. He was always a little too frenetic for my tastes, a little too crazy.
Yeah, he does talk quick, and he's always gasping for breath. But I love Piper. He's like what Dean Ambrose wants to be, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, he would be probably like 6 or 7 on my list, I think, or somewhere around there. But yeah, no Macho Man. That hurts me.
I'm not. I was never. I just was never a Macho Man fan. Still not really. Even as I'm older, not really a Macho Man fan.
Space is
His voice was just annoying, and he just didn't say too much.
Oh yeah. Macho Man.
Yeah, but I mean, I could see it. I mean, you know, he was definitely good. I guess if you enjoyed that, I did not. But
yeah, now that I think about
my list,
Andy Kaufman would be 1, and then maybe Punk for me would be 2. I don't know. And then Austin, Flair, Rhodes in there, Savage, Piper. Yeah, but he had some good guys though.
Yeah. It was a good list. It was solid. It was fun to put together. I got to watch old wrestling videos all afternoon.
I would definitely have Heyman on my list. No Paul Heyman. That's shocking.
I hear you, but here's the thing: is I've always hated Paul Heyman, and I just recently started coming around to him because he is just like the perfect mouthpiece for Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But I never watched him in ECW. You know, when he was Paulie Dangerously, I was never really into him. That phone was great, but I don't. So I understand why he would be, but I just got into him too late.
Who's the best lady that ever cut promos?
Huh, that's a good question.
AJ had that one against the Bellas that was good. It was kind of like a mini pipe bomb. She was trying to take after her husband. She cut that one promo. But I think right now Paige is the best.
Yeah, Paige is probably the best. Charlotte's pretty bad. The Bella twins are horrible.
Yeah, there really isn't a good lady talker out there.
Yeah, not that I can think of. Somebody will probably tweet us or something, and we'll be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Because even like Trish and Lita never really cut promos that were memorable.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, not so much. Well, that's the list. I'm done. We're done. We're out of show. So.